Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Sorry about that. I was part one of me talking about Jason Goes to Hell. It cut. My phone died and all that stuff. So this is the next day. So let's talk about more about Jason Goes to Hell. I still enjoy this movie to this day. It came out in August of 1993, so it's not really its birthday yet. So might as well still talk about it, because it is this year's 30th anniversary. So I feel like this movie was I don't know. I know some people hate this movie, but I still have fun with it. Yeah, the whole thing with Jason being in a worm is weird, but it was still different, and at least it kind of matched what they were trying to do. Like Jason can't return without that little literally worm going into a member of Jason Voorhees' family. And we thought that, wait a minute, all we know is maybe he had a dad, and we know he didn't have siblings. We stop right there, and we know that he was probably the only child, and it's just his mom. What other family member that we don't know about? Apparently he does have a sister. I don't know. Give me a few comment down below of how much you feel about the whole sister thing before I come back. I'm just cooking real quick, because in my opinion, the whole sister dynamic, yes, it reminds you of Halloween and stuff like that. Does it need to be there? Fuck no. It doesn't need to be there. She could have been her own character, to be quite honest with you. She could have been her own character. But I say this right now. The main guy that tries to save his ex-wife and shit like that, right? That right there, that is compelling. I can watch that movie. It's just that she should have never been Jason's sister. Now, I don't hate it. The fact that Jason even has a sibling to begin with is just like, and it makes you think, did he got it from his mom's side? I mean, is the sister from his mom's side that she doesn't know about before Jason died? Or was from the father's side before supposedly Jason's mom killed him? Because there's a backstory with that too. That Jason's dad was an abusive father to Jason, and the mom didn't like it, and then one day killed him. So I don't like to think that for Jason, in my opinion. I don't want him to think that he grew up in a bad household. I like to think that he grew up in a nice household. Then one day, fucked up shit happened to him at Camp Crystal Lake. I like to think that hell happened at Camp Crystal Lake instead of his own house. Just saying. I like to feel that way, because not every horror villain needs to be born from needs to be bad because bad childhood in the house. If that's the case, then everyone in the world should be serial killers. Seriously, man, fucking for real, But oh man, this mac and cheese is good right here. So let's see. Turn this down a bit. So, okay. So, with Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, I will talk about the ending, because the ending is, oh my god, the ending's great. I love the ending to Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, all right? I know it's very controversial now, because a lot of people didn't like Freddy versus Jason. And I'm just like, I will always love Freddy versus Jason. Is it more of a Freddy movie than a Jason movie? Yes, but that's why Freddy's in the title. No shit, And it makes sense it's more of a Freddy movie than a Jason movie anyways, because Freddy hasn't came back for a while, and he hasn't had another movie in a while. So put it more to him, That's why I think. And then the whole sequel that we were going to get with Freddy versus Jason and Ash, oh my god, I would have loved to see that shit. But guess what? Bruce Campbell, that played Ash, was like, no, if you do Freddy versus Jason, it's creatively bankrupt. I'm like, I'm done. The reason we couldn't get that movie is because of Bruce Campbell. Saying that right now. You guys can love Bruce Campbell and all that stuff, but let's be realistic here. All right? Seriously. If he didn't want to do it, then no shit, we're not going to get it. And from what I've heard, Robert Englund was upset about that because he was on board with it. He was literally on board with it. But no, Bruce Campbell was like, fuck that shit. Literally. So tell me what you guys think down below about that stuff, because I think it's bullshit. Now, if it's not true, it's not true. You know, I'll be the first one to tell you that too. If it's not true, then it's not true, but I bet you most likely it is. You know? So it's just something that is crazy. Because oh shit. Let me take this up. It's just something that's crazy because it's so messed up to it's so messed up that we could have got something that was great, you know? I could have just, yeah. Okay. Let me get some feel. Alright, sorry about that. If you guys are hearing stuff in the background and stuff like that. Then making mac and cheese and stuff like that. I'm not gonna show you what I'll show you later what I'm making, because a chef sometimes never reveals his secrets. Just saying, if you're a chef in the house and you like to cook, you never reveal your secrets to the public. So going back to Jason Goes to Hell. I like the concept that in the beginning you have this whole military people go after Jason and then literally blow his ass up. And what's crazy about the movie is that they take him to the morgue instead of just probably cremating him, you know? And then this guy, out of nowhere, this guy looks at Jason's heart and he's like, I'll eat it. He eats Jason's heart. And then all of a sudden, Jason's life essence goes inside of him and he becomes Jason. I was just like, yo, what else could this movie could do? Because at that point, I was ready. I was ready. Mainly because, look, a lot of people think that stuff is stupid and all that. But you got to understand and all that stuff. That Jason is a spiritual entity. He's a zombie, you know, basically. He's a, what is it? He's a deadite. He really is a deadite. And it's confirmed that, yes, he is a deadite. Especially in this movie. It's literally confirmed that he is a deadite in this movie, which I'm just like, yes! And if you are even more of a horror fan, you know in, was it Evil Dead 2, there was Freddy's glove in the cabin? Oh, again, they were leading up to it, but Bruce Campbell was like, nah, forget it. Then why will you have it in your fucking cameo movie? Just saying, man. Because I know Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi, they're best friends. They've been knowing each other forever. So I don't know why they could have done that. Maybe if he worked with Sam Raimi again, maybe he would have been like, Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, directed by Sam Raimi. I'll watch that. You know, I'll definitely watch that. Oh fuck yeah, hell yeah. Sign me the fuck up. Tell me what you guys think about that. To be honest. Sam Raimi directing a Freddy vs. Ash and Jason movie. Fuck yeah. That's why I was so excited to see him come back to do a Wanda movie. Well, Doctor Strange movie. So I thought the Doctor Strange movie was great. You know, I really had fun with that movie. I should review it one day though. Yeah, again, I had really fun with that movie. So the movie is just, let's see. The movie was really, what is it? That movie would have been really, really great to see. To see Freddy and Jason and Ash all on the same screen and stuff like that, you know? But what can you do? What can you do? I guarantee you Hollywood would have made it, you know? Hollywood would have done it right away and stuff like that. Sometimes when you don't have milk, you need to put some water in it to make it more moist and everything like that. I know some people use milk, but or butter, obviously, but I use butter. How much butter do I need to put? Seriously, how much butter did you put? Like what? 2 tablespoons? How much cheese are you making? I mean, mac and cheese are you making? Not a lot. Literally. Just a box. But let's see, what else can we talk about here? What else? Okay, let's go back to Jason's sister. That shit came out of nowhere. I'll say that right now. But it is intriguing to have a family member of Jason, to be quite honest. It is. Because you always wonder if there was other family members besides, well, Jason's mom and Jason himself, was there other cousins and stuff like that? Did Jason did Mrs. Voorhees have brothers and sisters? Did Jason have cousins? So it's something that we don't even know. And in the future, could they possibly add stuff in like that? Probably, but I don't know if a lot of people will accept that shit. Me, I wouldn't mind because it goes to the lore, and if it makes sense, then it makes sense, But if you're just throwing it in there just to put it there, then forget it. At that point, don't do it, Just saying. It's almost like, what is it? I know this concept that I have is not really good for some people. The concept that I'm thinking, one of the concepts I'm thinking of for a future Friday the 13th movie is that the camp counselors that killed Jason basically go back basically to that camp council, go back to the camp where everything started basically. Now, some of the camp counselors will be like, "Oh, we didn't kill Jason and stuff like that. He just drowned and we were just doing this and we didn't pay attention to him." Or what you can do, there is a fan movie showing the aftermath when Jason died, and then his mom goes to the camp counselors that didn't pay attention to Jason and killed him. That right there could be a movie. Instead of the camp counselors going in and then all of a sudden Jason goes after them and be like, "I remember you motherfuckers." I can see that with I can see both ways, but I know most likely the fan base will be like, no, I want Mrs. Voorhees goes after the camp counselors after all of this stuff, So, well, I like to see the Jason version, but if you want to see Jason's mom's version, I don't mind that either. She needs a good origin story, anyways. And I think she needs another good movie, basically. I think Pamela Voorhees basically deserves to be on the spotlight again. Basically, she is. Because a lot of people, because the actress that played Jason's mom originally, people were in shock when she was a villain. Now, obviously, I knew the twist already when I saw the movie, but it was still a pretty good twist, because it's a twist that everyone's going to know, but it's still shocking of how everything happened, especially when Jason's mom is like basically having Jason inside of her. It's like, "Kill her, mommy, kill her." It's like, "Don't let her get away, mommy." "I won't, Jason." Like, shit like that is great. Shit like that is great. If you can make a prequel, if you can make a TV series about Jason Voorhees' mom leading up to Jason's death, and then the final episode is literally her going after the camp counselors, and then it's the first Nightmare, it's the first Friday the 13th movie that takes place. Then after that, when you kill her off, you end it with freaking Jason putting a hockey mask, and that's it. It probably don't even do that. Just have Jason rise up from the sea. Like you see in part 1, grabs that woman and you'd be like, even I knew when it was coming. Every time I know Jason was going to come out of that water in the first movie, I knew it was going to come. But every time it happens, it scares the fuck out of me. Because you'd be like, "Oh, it's coming. Oh, why is it taking so? Oh my God!" They get you, and still to this day they get you. I love that. That's how you know they cared about that movie. They did. Right, the first Friday the 13th movie was great, and in my opinion, how when Freddy's dead, they paid homage to all the Freddy moments and stuff like that. They should have done that with Jason, but I kind of understand why, because New Line Cinema couldn't get the rights to Friday the 13th. So if New Line Cinema made another Jason movie, it would have been called Jason and not Friday the 13th. At least from what I've heard. Maybe that thing's changed because of the rights of Jason, And the reason I'm talking about him, at least this year, is because, yes, it is the 30th anniversary. It is the 30th anniversary of Jason Goes to Hell. But also, when you really think about it, we haven't had a Jason movie in a long time. Since when we had a Jason movie? Since what? 2009 with the remake? A lot of people don't like to look at that as a remake. They like to think of it as a, what is it called? Best of type of thing, which you're not wrong. And that makes it a bad movie? Okay. I enjoyed Friday the 13th, 2009. I enjoyed the remake. I enjoyed it more than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Just saying. And look, when I first saw the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, I did enjoy it. But over time, it was just like, yeah, this flaws here, this flaws here. I still like Jack Lee O'Haley as as Freddy Krueger. It's just like the script it wasn't good. But he was a perfect Freddy, in my opinion. He could have been a perfect Freddy. It's just the script. They had a good cast. They had good except for the blonde chick, but still, they had an alright cast, and they had an alright casting for Freddy. It's just that the execution with the script was just because they want to pay homage to other Freddy stuff, and I'm just like, guys, stop it. You're trying to make this a best Freddy of. I get it, but just because it worked with Jason doesn't mean it's going to work with Freddy. And I think Freddy's remake version came out in 2014, I believe. I have to look that up again, but you guys can remind me because you guys are always on top of that stuff more than I am sometimes. So not to say I'm not on top of it, but usually I pay attention to other stuff, to make sure I don't think all of the stupid shit that they've done. So let's turn this off. So let's talk about again more with the final nightmare. I mean, not the final nightmare, the final Friday. So eventually, you have this main character that's been going after Jason for a while, and I love him. I really do. He has like this cowboy hat. He's telling other women, hey, if you want to know where a real man is, you know where to find me. Shit like that. Then the sheriff gets pissed off and shit like that. Yo, I love that shit. Look, most people are like, why do you have this random character there that's kind of like being Dr. Loomis to to Jason Voorhees. And I'm just like, in a way, you kind of need that. You need someone to go after Jason all the time. Do you need a Dr. Loomis character like that? No, you don't. You could have just had a normal woman. Hell, for crying out loud, you had a sister there. She could have done that, But no, you decided to focus on the mayor, the male character, which is fine because mostly Friday the 13th movies kind of capitalize on the males, while the other versions of Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street capitalize on the females. Have you noticed that? Not to say they didn't capitalize on the females. In the beginning they did, but then costly after part 4, I believe, that's when it became like more of the guys' story, So there was that. And what is it? The actor, I keep forgetting the character's name. I'm sorry. I haven't watched that Friday the 13th in a while. But when Jason comes back, basically, one of those movies, right? And he's trying to make sure that make sure Jason's dead and stuff like that. That character right there, a lot of people want that character back. And I don't blame you. He's more connected to Jason than a lot of people that have fought through Jason over the years. Just saying. Because I feel like that character should come back. They put him in the Friday the 13th video game, so that's how you know people do care about him. That's how you know he's actually relevant as the character. So if you make another Nightmare on Elm, Friday, I keep saying Nightmare on Elm Street. I guess I really want Freddy Krueger to come back too. I don't blame them. I don't blame my mind. So we can have this character that's hunting Jason forever, and we can make a movie out of it. Recast the actor, and I'm sure there's going to be, I'm sure there'll be actors that look like the original actor that want to go after Jason. I keep forgetting his name. I want to say Tommy Doyle, but I know that's on. Fucking Halloween shit in my mind, man. For real. I could just imagine people looking at that, me saying it, and then people be like, no, you're dead or gone. The fuck you talking about, boy? So, sorry about that. So, can't win all the time. But let's see. It'd be cool if he could come back. It'd be cool if he had kids, and it'd be cool if he had kids. And you remember what is it? You know how the whole thing with the new Halloween movies were with Jamie Lee Curtis and how she was acting. Oh, Jason's gonna come back. Michael's gonna come back. Michael's gonna come back. You can have the same thing with this guy, but just do it differently. I know some people might see the similarities because, well, the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out not that long ago, that's what they did in a way. Even though I kind of enjoyed that movie. Is it bad? Yeah, but it's so fun. It is. You mean to tell me Leatherface going inside a fucking bus and they'll be like, "Oh, you canceled," and go like, "Yeah," to all of them? You think that's a bad movie? I know it was on a trailer and they pumped it up like crazy, but it was worth watching in that when I saw it the first time. I'm like, that's a worthy scene. I like that scene. And plus the scene too when the girls are about to fight Leatherface and stuff like that, I like that too. That's just me. There's just certain things with that movie that I just enjoy. I think I enjoyed that movie more with because obviously I know a lot of people say that, hey, didn't you enjoy Texas Chainsaw 3D? Yeah, obviously over time I knew its flaws and stuff like that. But it's not like I hated the movie outright like so many people. But the recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out is better than Chainsaw 3D. I will admit that. It is. It is. And it's funny too because I think people are not looking at that either. They probably are looking at Chainsaw 3D and be like, "Oh, you better than this one." So there's a mixed thing that's going on around here. It really is. It's kind of funny. So it's kind of funny how movies are like that. It's the same thing with the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I know some people don't like them, and I'm not a big fan of them either. I like part 2 more because of the creativity that they've done and the lighting and everything like that. But obviously that could have been a better movie as well. But still, I mean, Rob Zombie didn't want to come back to do a second one anyways, so there was that. But hey, that probably is not true anyways. It could be highly possible that these people say stuff like that and we don't get it, maybe because they just don't want to do shit. You know? Are you putting steak sauce on your mac and cheese? The fuck's wrong with you, boy? And what's this? 1,000 Island? The fuck's wrong with you? You disgusting pig. Hey, once it all comes together, you know. I haven't put the veggies in yet. Right? So, let's see. Might have to do this off screen here. But so let me go back to what is it? The Jason Goes to Hell. Let me go back to that. So Jason Goes to Hell. By the end of it, Jason does go to hell. And I think there was a deleted scene showing literally Satan or just a demon itself dragging Jason to hell. And I think people thought that picture was stupid, but I thought it looks pretty dope. For kind of loud, you have an animatronic puppet of Satan himself dragging Jason to hell. You mean to tell me that image right there is stupid? I think that image is pretty dope. To be quite honest, I think that should have been the poster for the movie, or should have been the poster when it got re-released, over the years. Just saying. Not to say the original poster that we got is bad. I like it. It's just that, I think that poster could be a lot better. And you're putting ketchup? Motherfucker, what's wrong with you? I'll put the veggies in. This is going to look something that is not... I'll put too much in here. I'll say that right now. But that's fine. Won't have to tea. Let me see here. It tastes really good. It does. Even though I put too much of it, it's all falling off. I can't even fucking roll it. But it's good. It's good. So, I think that's it, guys, that I can talk about. I don't want to eat over the video and stuff like that. I don't want you guys to hear me chewing and shit like that. But, so, in conclusion, Jason Goes to Hell is a really fun movie. Is it the best Friday the 13th movie? No. I still think Jason Lives is one of the best ones. And part 4 is also really good too. And number 3, I enjoy 3 a lot. And the one that doesn't have Jason in it. I kind of enjoy that one too. Just saying. But that one doesn't have Jason. Yeah, but it still feels like a Friday the 13th movie. I'm sorry. But, yeah. I enjoyed this movie too. Will it be in my top probably 5? Or probably top 3? Maybe. maybe. But we'll see. Maybe if I do a top, sorry if my hair was like this. I haven't taken a shower, so that's why my hair was like this. But I'll take a shower after I eat anyways, it doesn't matter. So, anyways, take care of yourselves, guys. And at the end of the movie, you have fucking Freddy's glove coming out of hell and dragging Jason's mask to the bottom. That was awesome. And fun note, that was Kane Hodder's hand. It still would have been awesome to see Kane Hodder and Robert Englund face to face. You know, that's just me as a fan, because Kane Hodder does know the character really well. He does. He played the character like 4 times. You know, probably more than that. From what I think about, maybe it was 4 times. But a guy like that's played for kind of loud. People don't mind. Obviously, Robert Englund made Freddy what it is, but obviously, so did Kane Hodder. Not to say there was not other people that made Jason what it is, but Kane Hodder. Every time people think of Jason, they think of Kane Hodder. That's what I do. Every time I think of Jason, I'm like, Kane Hodder. No disrespect to the other people that played Jason. Hell no. It's just that his bulk and his demeanor as Jason became so iconic that it was just like, how come he wasn't in Freddy vs. Jason? Oh, because he's too small. I thought he was small too. But there was no reason for him to not be in that movie. And then I found out how tall he was. He was like 6-something feet. 6'4" or 6'5" feet. Something in the 6 range of height, from what I've heard. And if that's true, why you still didn't grab him? I don't know. But that's it. That's all I have to say. That ending though, if you did hate it, Jason Goes to Hell, I guarantee you that ending, Freddy's glove, pulling that mask in and pulling it to hell, was probably like, oh hell yeah, worth it. Fucking worth it. I guarantee you. I wish I was in the theater when that shit happened. This came out in 93 and I was born in 93. I wish I was in the theater when this shit happened. I guarantee you, the audience would have screamed, yeah, we're gonna get Freddy vs. Jason. You know? It was back, what, in the early 90s? Or, well, yeah, early 90s, 93. So we could have got Freddy vs. Jason in 97 or 98, right around Bride of Chucky was going to be. I think that would have been the perfect year to do it. Chucky came back, and now we got Freddy vs. Jason. Oh my God, yes! But it is what it is. It didn't happen that way. Could have happened that way? Fuck yeah. But it took a long time for this movie, Freddy vs. Jason, to fucking get started. It's unbelievable how crazy that shit was going to be. And still the rates with Jason also. It's mostly with Jason. It's not with Freddy. It's mostly with Jason. Mainly because people love Jason. They do. The company, people that want to use him, he's iconic. People want to use Jason to make movies and also want to use Jason to have versus movies. I still don't understand why we don't have horror versus movies still. That should have started after Freddy vs. Jason. I mean, we got Alien vs. Predator, which I liked. I do. You guys got to understand that some of these horror movies are not going to be Shakespeare. They're going to have fun what they are. And if you're going to nitpick everything, then guess what? We're just not going to get these movies. And that's what happened. We're not getting these versus horror movies. We should have gotten It versus the original It a long time ago, in my opinion. How cool that movie would have been. I watch it. I don't care if it's fan-made. I don't give a fuck if it's just YouTube doing it and then automatically becomes a thing. I want to see it. Just saying, man. Just saying. Oh, It versus, I don't know, the Wishmaster? That'd be cool. Or Leprechaun versus the Wishmaster. I know a lot of people would like to have Leprechaun versus Chucky, but supposedly that was going to happen. Supposedly. But either the guy that played Leprechaun said no, or Dom Mancini was like, no. Either way, I don't know. I need to look at that stuff up more because I haven't really looked up more about Chucky versus Leprechaun. I would love to see it, though. I would have loved to see it. I know some people might point out Chucky versus Jigsaw, but you mean the toy version? Because if it is the toy version, then that toy doesn't really do anything. You know, he just laughs and all that and moves the bike because it's really animatronic, really. You know, so, but still, it would have been nice to see, you know, but to see how they would have done it. Maybe Chucky would have transformed the Jigsaw Man into the doll, and then he would have been like, "You motherfucker." You know, that would have been cool. I think that would have been great. I can see that. I can see that. Chucky gets tortured and shit. Then he finally sees the guy. He's like, "I'm gonna get you this time." I did do it. And then switches the doll to the ideas. Already I'm hype for no reason. Tell me what you guys think about it down below. And happy 30th anniversary to Jason Voorhees. He deserves it. He deserves it. At least this movie. This movie is the 30th anniversary. But still, this was the last major Friday the 13th movie before it got remade and Freddy vs. Jason happened. Excuse me. But yeah, that's it. Take care, guys. And tell me how much you love Jason Voorhees. Alright, seriously. I love that character so much. He is a tragic character. He is. He's a tragic character. He was bullied until he was bullied literally to drown. Then he came back as a fucking badass motherfucker that does not want to be fucked with. I don't like that. I really do. That's the best. That's one of my favorite horror icons ever. You know, you can always look at Michael and Freddy and be like, I don't know if they're, if they were real people. I don't know if I feel sorry for them, But with Jason, if he was real and I knew his backstory, I would have been like, I have nothing but sympathy for him. If he kills me, I don't care. I have nothing but sympathy for that person, So not to say probably Michael doesn't get sympathy. Freddy does not get sympathy at all. He should never have sympathy. They try to do that with the remake, but then they turn it around at the same time. It's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Yeah. But I'll see you guys and take care.